Many years ago, back when royals could just go out in public without fearing the paparazzi, a beautiful
princess
was idly playing in the woods with her favourite ball. No, sorry, wait. This is the 21st century. She was playing with her smartphone. As she juggled it from hand to hand, it accidentally dropped and bounced into a lake, quickly disappearing beneath the surface. The young girl immediately burst into tears and slumped at the water's edge.
Princess, why do you weep?
She looked up, her vision blurred by her tears.
Who said that?
She inquired.
Me.
Came the response, but all she could see was a disgusting frog. She looked at it.
You?
Why, yes.
He replied to the shocked girl.
You don't need to cry for your phone.
He continued.
If you let me live a short time with you, eat from your plate and sleep upon your bed, I will retrieve your phone.
The princess was mightily confused, but thought to herself,
What harm could there be in agreeing I can easily outrun this vile little creature?
and so said,
Okay, it's a deal.
and the frog immediately dived deep into the water and returned with her phone. The princess snatched the phone up, turned without so much as a thanks, and hastily walked away, ignoring the frog's pleas to.
Take me with you! Take me with you!
Days went by, and the princess simply forgot about the frog and her promise, until one evening when she was dining with her parents. There was a knock at the door, followed by a distinctly froggy voice.
Open the door, my princess dear. Open the door, for your true love is here.
The princess, worried she might be going crazy, went to the door, but, finding the frog behind it, slammed it shut, and returned to the dinner table.
Whoever was that?
Said her father, and soon the princess found herself telling the full story of her smartphone, the frog, and her promise to her parents. However, just as she finished, the knock came again.
Mind the words that you and I spake when you dropped your phone into my forest lake.
You made a promise.
Said the king,
And a promise made must be kept.
continued her mother. So the girl returned to the door and reluctantly let the frog in.
Now I must
He
eat.
croaked, and so she begrudgingly sat him down beside her so that he could eat his fill from her plate. When he was done, he said,
Now I am tired. Take me to your bed.
so the princess did, settling him on her pillow and restlessly sleeping beside him. In the morning, the frog was gone,
At last I'm rid of him.
she happily exclaimed. But that evening, again, the knock came at the door, and again, she was obliged to shelter and feed him, and then allow him to sleep on her pillow. And again, he was gone by morning. On the third night, the same frog, feeding and sleeping arrangements were required, but this time she, exhausted, slept deeply. She woke, but with a slightly uncomfortable feeling of being watched, and indeed slowly opened her eyes to find a handsome man standing at the foot of her bed, smiling. She screamed as she leapt from her bed, while he cried,
Wait!
in a familiar-sounding voice.
It's me, the frog!
The princess paused, midway through reaching for some kind of weapon to defend herself.
What do you mean, it's me, the frog?
She slowly asked.
An evil fairy turned me into a frog years ago, after I rebuffed her romantic advances.
He explained.
I'm a prince from a far-off land, and your love has finally rescued me from my curse.
Oh,
Said the princess.
Marry
He
me.
suddenly cried as he fell to one knee. The princess hesitated,
let's get to know each other first. You were literally a frog a few minutes ago.
and so they did. Over the course of many long walks, talks, and a trip to meet his family and assess his independent wealth, and the princess did indeed find she liked him quite a lot, so they eventually did get married and by all accounts lived happily for a good period of time, although those exact details are not recorded in our history books.